going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the day we are going to start the Trailblazer SS that I've been working on. You've seen the videos of me putting it together. So where we stand right now is Ryan was just over, wrote me a tune so I can fire this thing up. We've built oil pressure, which is good. So we have royal purple break-in oil in it, and we have oil pressure. So really all I have to do is turn the key, but it's not going to be that easy. I'm going to make you wait for a minute. So we're going to go over the build real quick, and then we'll fire this thing up. Okay, under the hood of the Trailblazer, here's what we have. So this is a 6-liter iron block, stock crank, Texas Speed rods, Wiseco pistons. The machine work and short block assembly was done by Chris Hall in Durham, North Carolina. And he really helped me out on this. He did a wonderful job. Everything looks great. So the short block, ready to go. The camshaft is from RPM Motorsports. It's called our Big Show camshaft, and it is rather large. So compression on this is a -3 cc piston. We decked the block 8 thousandths and shaved the heads 30 thousandths. So I should be about 11.7, 11.8 to 1 without really getting into the calculations. And these are 243 heads as well that are stock, not ported. It has PRC dual valve springs on it, trick flow push rods. On top of the engine we have a Holley high ram intake, stock Trailblazer SS throttle body. It's a cold air that I made the other night. It's just 4-inch aluminum tubing, and you can see the mass airflows down there, and then the air filter is actually behind the brake duct in the bumper back here. So as far as the top side of the engine, it's really nothing crazy. I kind of took my time, painted everything. I painted the engine bay, redid the heater hoses, tucked the harness, and retaped everything to just clean it up a little bit. You can see I've got a fuel pressure gauge back here. That'll be gone later on. I just want to make sure that everything's good when I fire it up. So it is full of fluid, ready to go. Let's take a look at the bottom side real quick. All right, on the bottom side, you can see here's where our air filter is, getting all of the cold air. On the opposite side, we've got our big B&M transmission cooler. And on the bottom of the engine, I did the C6 oil pan swap, which is, I guess you'd call it a common swap on these. The issue with Trailblazers is normally the pickup for the oils in the front of the oil pan. So when you accelerate, all the oil goes towards the rear and you lose oil pressure. So swapping the C6 oil pan, you get your pickup in the back, which helps with some of the Trailblazer oiling issues. Also under here, you can see the iron 6-liter. Normally these came with aluminum blocks, but we switched it up a little bit, went iron block. NOx sensors are on, AC compressors in. Moving back a little bit further, you can see we have our Cook's headers, and then we have the Cook's header extensions, and then the exhaust that I put together for this thing. So this is 3-inch back to an X-pipe. And then we have Stainless Works S-tube mufflers, which are currently just open on the back side. Eventually I'm going to make tailpipes that go all the way out the back, because you can see the rear valance was cut for the SLP dual. So I'm going to make tailpipes that go all the way out the back on this thing. It has also been 4L80 swapped. This is right now a stock 4L80 transmission with a yanked torque converter that's been restalled. The converter is actually out of a turbo car that made about 1100 horsepower, so I'm hoping that it's not too loose. Hopefully it'll drive good going down the road. And then we have our 3.5-inch steel drive shaft from Fleet Pride. Cross member that I made to support the transmission. And that's really about it for the bottom side of this. It has been 5-lug converted. You can see we have welds on the front. And we also have welds on the rear, 15s in the rear, 17s in the front, 5-lug with disc brakes all the way around. So nothing too crazy under the back of this thing. Has a few suspension components. That's really about it for the bottom side. Something else I forgot to mention under the hood is I'm running car coil packs on this just because they look a lot cleaner. MSD spark plug wires. It's also been E-fan swapped. So what I'm hoping is with the tune that Ryan gave me that the thing is going to fire right up. Everyone cross their fingers, we'll hit the key. Got good oil pressure. Let's check it out. second, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so after the heat cycle, everything looks good, no major leaks. It is full of coolant, full of oil, full of trans fluid, everything looks good, so yay. What I need to do now is get Ryan back over here so that we can drive it up the road, make sure that the fuel trims look good, transmission shifts right, and all that stuff is under control so that I can drive this thing, put a couple hundred miles on it, change the oil again, and then we'll flog this dude on the dyno. So really happy with how things have turned out, really happy with everyone that's been able to help me with this process. Too many people to list, but everyone that's helped, thank you very much. Really excited about this one. Can't wait to take it down the road. Ought to be fun. Don't forget, guys, always follow me on Instagram. I post up about this stuff more often than I do YouTube videos. And there's always a link in the description below for high PSI TV merchandise. It's getting cold out. I've got some hoodies if you guys want. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.